Good evening. My name is Nicole Paulser, and today I'm talking on the topic of strategic change management. I've selected the Walmart Group for my case study. The COVID 19 pandemic has had a vast impact on the global economy, many businesses, and the way of life. We need to explore the action that needs to be taken in order for our businesses to run effectively, profitably, and efficiently to make a profit during this doubtful era. Researchers continue to investigate the impact of COVID 19, perspectives and insights on the management issues that matter the most, from leading through the COVID 19 crisis to managing risk and digitizing operations. The below report will discuss challenges, strategies, and tools required to help with the induced change in the way we operate businesses. The pandemic has been tough, real life stress, and a huge test for government and private sectors. Let's go into the report. I would like to introduce you to Walmart. Walmart is an American multinational retail corporation that operates a chain of hypermarkets and discount department stores and grocery stores in the United States. The company has been operating since 1962 and is worth 524 billion US dollars as of 2020. There are about 12,000 stores nationally and is the biggest retailer globally. Walmart employs 2.2 million employees. The pandemic has affected in the way we operate and trade significantly. Keeping our employees safe from the virus is a key business priority as they are the most important asset in our business. Keep it in mind, we have 265 million customers that have to be kept safe and free in the environments within our stores. We had to implement certain COVID 19 protocols in order to keep in line with the government regulations and rules. This has been a very complex task as we need to trade and implement at the same time. We've also made some major developments in our e-commerce channel, gaining about 100 million visitors every month, with innovations like online grocery pickup, next day shipping, and hosting via other apps. Here we provide customers more ways to save time and money while remaining in the digital space and working together and keeping safe. Walmart continues to be a leader in sustainability, corporate, philanthropy, and employment opportunity. It's all part of our wavering commitment to create opportunities and bringing value to our customers and communities around the world. So, what are the challenges that we have experienced? Well, challenges come in two forms, internal and external. Let's discuss the internal issues. Firstly, the topic of the labor law. Working remotely has been one of the biggest trends around the globe. Due to the pandemic, everybody needs to stay at home. We've had to look at the rules and regulations that need to be communicated to staff regarding working remotely. What about business trips? Staff members who are high risk or have been affected shouldn't travel, so we've had to change our travel policies. What about staff members who test positive? We've had to put certain procedures in place, making sure that it's in line with the labor law. And how do we run a mass multinational with minimal staff? That is a question of profitability. Moving on to the next topic of banking, credit facilities, and loans. At Walmart, we needed to assess our credit facilities. We found an increase in credit but low payments. We've also had to grant our customers and suppliers a suspension of repayment of interest for a period of 3 months. Walmart also had to look at our terms and our loans with banks because due to our businesses not meeting revenue and not reaching expectations. What about fraud, which is the next topic? In the wake of the pandemic, Walmart experienced a surge of fraudulent activities such as cyber fraud, unemployment fraud, fraud through vendors and sellers, payment fraud, and identity theft. Let's discuss the external factors. There are many laws that had to come into place. One of it is the curfew law that was put into place, which resulted in our warehouse operations halted during certain hours, meaning that we couldn't operate for 24 hours at a time. Also, our normal store trading hours was reduced. This impacted revenue and staff salaries to a large extent. The next topic of economic factors. Economic conditions changed overnight. The rise of petrol, food costs, and electricity has had a severe impact on our business and our employers, from a business point of view and from a personal capacity. The impact is the cost of direct deliveries and online orders. It's important that we're consistently aware of internal and external factors that may present the opportunity and successful change. Neglecting either one of these can have opportunities missed and ultimately leaving the organization behind their competitors. Let's discuss the change tools. The first change tool is the McKinsey 7 Model Framework. This is a tool to analyze the firm's organizational design by looking at 7 key internal elements such as strategy, structure, systems, shared value, style, staff, skills, in order to identify if they are effectively aligned and allow the organization to achieve its objectives. The model is used by academics around the world and is a very popular tool in Walmart. We use this to improve the effectiveness of our business. The 7 topics are interconnected and affect each other so our business can work effectively. Walmart has applied the following steps when applying the McKinsey 7 Model Framework. Step 1 is that we identify the areas that are not effectively aligned. Step 2, determine the optimal organizational design. Step 3, decide where and where which changes need to be made. And step 4, make necessary changes. Step 5, continue reviewing the 7 P's. Review the 7s. But before we conclude, let's discuss the different elements of the framework. It's important for Walmart to relook our business strategy to adjust the current climate. We have to ensure that it's clearly redefined and helps achieve a strong competitive advantage. Our business divisions require a restructure in order for priority. For example, our e-commerce and online department required more manpower due to the high demand of purchases. Certain systems and procedures and processes needed to be adjusted to implement a faster, more effective way of doing more tasks. For example, the budget approvals of suppliers via SAP. We had to reduce this time frame, so there was a focus on getting orders delivered in a short time to satisfy our customer needs. What about skills? Skills are the ability that the firm's employees perform very well. These also include capabilities and competencies. During organizational change, these questions often arise: what skills the company can really need to enforce a strategy or new structure. The staff element is concerned with what type and how many employees in the organization will we need in order to be recruited, trained, motivated, and rewarded. Style represents the way the company is managed by the top level managers. Shared values are the core of the McKinsey 7 models. These are the norms and standards that guide the employee's behavior and the company's actions. Let's move on to the next framework. This is Coulter's 8-step change model. Sorry. The motto is implementing change powerfully and successfully. When Momo considered the change, we understood that we will be faced with uneasiness, nervousness, and intimidation by the scale of the pandemic. John Coulter is an expert in change management, and he has introduced this 8-step process in his book. The first step is to create urgency. The second step is a form of powerful correlation. Third, create a vision for change. 4, communicate the vision. 5, remove the obstacles. 6, create short-term wins. 7, build on change. And 8, anchor the changes within the corporate culture. So what is our change strategy plan? This includes designing the organizational structure, the readiness assessment, the management of our stakeholders, the training and implementation from our executives all the way down to bottom level management, how do we measure our success, and making sure that we are communicating effectively to the business. So what did we learn from this module? Change management is a part of life. High success rates when implementing a change management strategy and plan. Swift implementation of a strategy. Project management can be implemented quicker with change management. Change management requires both individual and a team effort. Strong executive leadership is required for successful change management. The vision and direction must be clear and concise. Communication is a fundamental key to success of change management. Measurement of success is imperative. Project management can be implemented quicker with change management. Change management is influenced by internal and external factors. And thank you, that's my assignment.